Witajcie moi drodzy, mamy Elitę. Zobaczymy, co on tutaj opowie, co tak naprawdę znaczą sekretne sceny z sezonu 22 Skibidi Toilet. Zapraszam.
Crazy happened and Skibidi Toilet Season 22 full version was uploaded, but it was very unique and different compared to the old seasons because this
No właśnie, był totalnie wyjątkowy i unikalny, bo tam było naprawdę bardzo dużo takich scen dodatkowych, co jest totalnie fajne, bo Boom zazwyczaj tak wiele takich smaczków easter eggów nie robił.
special premiere and a special thumbnail. We already knew something was up when this happened, but I don't think anyone was ready for it because it turned out to have about 1 minute of extra footage.
No, to jest bardzo dużo, tak jak wspomniałem, bardzo dużo na niego. 1 minuta dodatkowego materiału, co jest mega fajne.
If you add up all the episodes in Season 22, it was around 13 minutes, but the full version is actually 14.
Tak, 14 minut,
Other than
słuchajcie.
this, there were some other slight changes in the video, but if you have watched the video, you would know that there were some crazy important additions to the video.
Tak, bardzo, bardzo takie ważne rzeczy zostały dodane
There
dla
is
całej
everything
fabuły.
starting from small details like billboards being more visible to more info on Secret Agent
No właśnie, tutaj sekretny agent.
and the lucky cameraman, but before we get into all this, make sure to like this video and subscribe. Anyways, here we go. The first change was actually made in the first couple seconds of episode 66, right after the episode starts. If you zoom into the back when the camera turns to the Alliance's side, we can actually see the injured large speaker man who died in episode 67,
To ten, co trzymał drzwi, ten Large, tu go lepiej widać.
part 4.
Także
In the
nieźle.
original episode 66 video, it was really hard to see him because of how far he was and the smoke. Even though we knew that there was a large speakerman there, we had no idea it was the injured large speakerman. We can clearly see that he has a missing arm and the bloodstains on his shirt in the new version. After this, the next change was done to the billboard when the POV cameraman is shooting his stun gun. We knew that there was a text on the billboard, and it wasn't clear at all in the original episode. In fact, Dafouk already changed this in the short version of episode 66 already.
No właśnie, w 60. shorcie też to zmienił i napis był już bardziej
It
widoczny,
says
nie?
real threat on this billboard, but even until now, I don't think we have seen
Prawdziwe zagrożenie tutaj było.
a
Ciekawe.
real threat yet. My guess is that we are going to see something insane in the coming episodes,
Pewnie coś z astrotoaletami, myślę.
especially after what was revealed in today's episode. I also checked most of the TV man lines, but it didn't seem like they were changed. But we did get one extra scene right after episode 66. This scene probably was meant to be in the episode, but Dafouk either didn't put it to not reveal and break the
No
hype,
tego Tytana, tak? Nie pokazał Tytana
or
TV
maybe he
Mana.
didn't have enough time before he published the episode. But this scene is the reveal of upgraded Titan TV man, and we did hear his voice line in the original episode.
No,
It was just on a black screen instead of two TV man showing us the upgraded Titan TV
no
man.
to jest ta
Not gonna lie,
dodatkowa
if this was
scena.
in the actual episode, everybody would have went crazy. I can't even imagine. I don't think people would have had the patience to wait because he didn't appear until part 3 of episode 67. The craziest new secret scene to this full season was what we saw next. As you guys know, I talked a lot about the secret agent appearance in episode
No, te dwie postacie, które były tam na górze, nie?
67
Wow,
part 1,
to było
and how it
fajne.
was just Secret Agent himself in episode 67 part 1. But when the full episode came out, it was changed to two people in the same place.
No,
We had no idea
I
what was
potem się
happening at first, but
wyjaśniło,
after
co to
seeing
jest,
episode
no.
68 part 2, we realized that it was the lucky cameraman who was there with the secret agent. I
Tak.
mentioned that he most likely was there to receive the device, and I guess this actually was true because we actually got the POV of the lucky cameraman. This scene starts with us seeing a man waiting near the edge, and the POV
No, to jest ten agent, zobaczcie.
cameraman getting close to him. This scene is clearly the top view of the Skibidi base we saw in episode 67, and apparently it's right before the large cameramans arrive at the scene. We can also see the same error messages that Plunger Cameraman had in episode 60.
No, czyli to znaczyło, że to właśnie agent zmodyfikował te informacje.
Part 2, which says transmission error and recording error. These probably mean that when you are close to the secret agent, or seeing him or something similar, your recording data will not be saved, and large TV men won't be able to play
Czyli jeżeli tak jest, jak Elita mówi, to znaczy, że to też jakby agent był też w bazie
the
Skibidi.
footage back. After the lucky cameraman gets next to the secret agent, he turns to him and says, "You know what to do. while giving him the remote control.
Wiesz co robić,
Here you
no.
go. Listen to it yourself.
Wiesz co robić.
After this, the secret agent disappears. From our knowledge of episode 67 part 1, we know that he teleported to the right side to watch the battle. But we also see the large cameramen arriving at the scene right before looking at the Skibidi base. Before we continue to the next change, which was a very big reveal as well, we need to talk about what happened between this scene and episode 67 part 4, because we know that the lucky cameraman received this remote right when episode 67 part 1 started. But what did he do until the other agents entered the Skibidi base,
No on tam był w tej bazie wcześniej niż ci agenci, nie?
and how does he know what to do? I don't know if you guys know this, but he actually was the POV cameraman
Tak,
in
to on
episode
tutaj,
65,
no.
and we know this because we saw his red shirt
I moim zdaniem on był też tym kamerą, który został uszkodzony i do którego agent podszedł po walce TV-mana z G-Manem i
at the beginning
zainfekowanym tytanem
of the
głośnikiem.
episode when the upgraded police toilet was trying to shoot him and the lucky cameraman held his hand up. In this episode, we talked about how he was so lucky to not die from the explosion at the end, but we probably should have been talking about something else because if you remember, the secret agent was actually there, looking at the lucky cameraman at the end of the episode. He was straight up looking at him from the car, and the lucky cameraman probably noticed this too. There is a likely chance that this was their first interaction, and maybe because of this, the lucky cameraman went to the Skibidi base to meet the secret agent and get the device. We still have no idea what his plan is, but he surely is cooking something up. There is a likely chance
No wiemy też, że on bardzo chce się dostać, ten sekretny agent, do naukowca z
that the
Skibidi.
lucky cameraman did some stuff between episode 67 part 1 and part 4 inside the base, but it's impossible for us to know. The next secret scene was right after the end of episode 67 part 4, where the agents almost started moving towards the inside of the lab. The lucky cameraman suddenly stops them and pulls a tablet out. I say a tablet because we have no idea if it's his or not. Only thing we know is it says Cameraman 1055 on the right side. When he pulls it out, we see a live replay of what's happening inside the
właśnie.
lab. And it looks like the regular-sized scientist toilet is ordering the normal toilets in Sector A to do something
Ale to jest chyba
right before
naukowiec,
leaving
moi
that place.
drodzy.
We have no idea where exactly this is, but there is a possibility that this is the left corridor, and what he shows next is the right corridor. Because right after this footage, he shows the same corridor we saw in episode 68
Czyli to jest na prawo.
part 2 and points at the right corridor. They most likely didn't go to the left corridor because the scientist toilet ordered the guard toilets and they were ready to attack. Also, another question we should be asking
Aha, czyli... No dobra, czyli idą jakąś okrężną drogą.
is, how did he have access to this footage? Because I checked the whole episode a couple times and there are no signs of a camera inside where he shows. Maybe it was a secret camera that we can't see.
Albo to jest ta kamera dron, nie?
But even then, who put it there? There are still a lot of unanswered questions. Only thing I know is that what's about to come in the next couple episodes are going to be huge. I really can't wait.
No, dla fabuły to, co się wydarzy niedługo, będzie kozackie. Ja też się już nie mogę doczekać, moi drodzy. Do zobaczenia.